Good evening, art buddies, and welcome to Bricolage with Paint Girly. I'm just sitting here fussing around with this little piece of blue. It's a pretty color blue, right? Fussing around with this blue lace. I'm not too much of a fan of the gathered lace, I have to say. Sometimes I end up regathering it, but I don't know. I like it flat. And usually if you pull the one little string, you can get it to come totally unwound. Let me see my phone here. I'm moving my phone so I can see. It's my girlfriend, Jean. Jean, right this very second, I don't feel too bad, but it's been a rough couple of days, I have to tell you. And I couldn't stand my plate. Hi, Mary. I could not stand my bottom plate in earlier. I had to take it out, and that was excruciating. So I haven't put that back in. I'll call the dentist tomorrow morning and go in for another adjustment. So if I sound funny, it's because I have no bottom teeth. Hi, Ange. Good evening. So far, this has probably been one of the hardest things I've had to do. My mouth is so sore. You're at a basketball game? Okay, Ange, have fun. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. That was very nice. Well, I do have some bottom teeth, but no, not a lot. I have some cap teeth on top and on the bottom, but the recent surgery, they made me, my dentist made me like two partials for at the top and at the bottom to round out my mouth so I have a beautiful smile. Hi, Pam. Hello, how are you? Eye surgery on the 10th, huh? Are you getting laser, Ange? Do you have cataracts? Hey, Jacqueline. I think cataract surgery would be great, but I'm not anywhere near that. One of the perks of being old to me, getting some cataract surgery. They say your eyesight's good after that. I don't know. Anyway, so this evening, I thought I would start my project. I just made a decision a little while ago to join and be a member of Mary's fibdiggity. I just realized there's no S. Fibdiggity community group. I don't know if I have the name exactly right, but you can go to the themeriatelier channel, and she has a little video there that explains her membership. She has 2 memberships, if I understand correctly. And you could go and look at her channel and get all the information you need there. But I did put her link in my description box, and I decided to become a member at the $1.99 or $2 level. Community center, is that what I should be calling it? Anywho, Murray has introduced us to a book, and it's really a cool book. So I decided to purchase the book, which you don't have to do. And you don't have to do the journal. You know, it's all voluntary. It's up to you. But I just love the images, so I went and purchased the book. I'm going to show you the book. And if you'd like to join along and join with us and be a member, you can go to Mary's channel and check all that out. Certainly, you could leave her a message if you have any questions. There goes my Jacqueline. She's putting a link in for me. And I really appreciate Mary. I appreciate her skills and her talent and her demeanor and her ability to draw and come up with really clever ideas of things to do. And I thought it would be fun for me and a challenge to grow in my, art walk, if you will. And I love vintage things. So this is the little book by Harrison Fisher called American Girls in Miniature. And the images, okay, Ange, have fun. The images are just darling. Now, the book that Mary was able to score has a lot more to it than this book. Now, my book, the book was is from 1912, and mine has a little Christmas greeting in the beginning. A Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Gladys and Fred, Christmas 1912. And every time I see Christmas like this, I think of my nanny, who would say, when you spell Christmas like that, you take the Christ out of Christmas. So I just thought I'd share that. But Murray's book is probably a little worse for wear than mine, but she has cool things in it. Like a set of questions over here that she thinks maybe a sorority or a college or some young people pass it around and ask questions. And so hers is different. Mine, see, all my left-hand side of my pages are all blank. But the images are so cool. So I decided I don't think I want to take this apart, at least not for now. So I'm leaving mine intact. And Murray has given us the ability to print off these images. I had some trouble with that. I didn't a couple of days, like a week ago, I printed some off for one of our other members. But Jacqueline helped me today. So I did print off some. And then we had our meeting last night. And I just wanted to get another meeting under my belt to try to get an idea of how I wanted to proceed with my journal. So I thought I would start tonight. I'm just trying out streaming on Tuesday evenings to see how it'll go. Trying to interact with maybe some night owls. As we've discovered, I'm a night owl. Although I should have probably had a nap today. They're just cool. And then once you get to a certain part of the book, the images get smaller. See, and then there's a couple. I think I might have to take, okay, Jean. I'm doing okay, sweetie. Thank you. Have a good evening. Oh, look at the wedding. Now, the last couple of streams I've been doing, I've been talking about this young gal named Amity Bloom. And her style is really kind of cool, too. So I want to try to incorporate maybe some of her style in this journal as I move forward. See, mine's in pretty good shape. So what I did earlier today is I had some paper, like when Kel came to visit, I had a stack of paper. We were wanting to dye some paper. So I had a stack of paper set aside to dye. We really didn't get to that. We were doing other stuff. And I dug through that today, and I just pulled out some paper, which was from a composition book that I had taken apart. And I folded it, and I thought, oh, that's not too bad of a size. So then I took out my coffee that I keep stored in my refrigerator, my instant coffee. and painted my pages. Then I ironed them, and I've got them all folded because that's what I decided I'm going to use for this journal. Now, they may be a little flimsy, but I think as I add things to the pages, it'll bulk them up. Okay. So I'm not sure how that part's going to go, but I have my pages ready. I did what I think is going to be my first page. Now, I haven't totally decided about my cover, but I think what I'm going to do for my cover is, all right, let me stop fussing with that blue lace. I have this Reader's Digest cover that I discovered. And I think it'll fit. I think it's going to be a good size. Now, what I did was they're not stitched together, but 3 signatures with 10 pages, I think, in each. So you can see I just coffee stained my pages. And this is what I did for my first page. I put in Harrison Fisher's picture, and this gives the date of the book. And then just put a couple little things on it. So what I think I'm going to do with a cover, at least at this point, is cover this with maybe some muslin, and then take the image that I printed. Look at me, how organized I am. I've got all my pieces so far in this little tub, so I can try to keep myself organized. So this I printed off, and I think once I get this covered in muslin, I might just, attach that on and then put some other fabric. At least that's what I'm thinking. So then last night, Mary was asking for a volunteer to answer some questions. And so I volunteered. So I'm going to put my answers in my book when I get there. Now, I'm thinking at this point, I'm going to try to work on it not stitched together. See, I'm thinking I'll put my answers here and just write them in my own handwriting, which, I don't usually like to do, but I think I'm going to do it. And just decorate this page. There's Pearl. Hi, Pearl. Oh, thanks for popping in. How lovely to see you. So I think that's what I'm going to do, but I'm not ready to do the cover yet. So I'm going to put that aside. And this little gal. Now, Amity Bloom is a young lady who does journaling and journals, and she has a lot of digitals, which I recently purchased some of her digitals. So I spent some time this afternoon taking those digitals and kind of ripping them apart. So I've gotten some fabric out. Now I want to get the right image. I need this as a reference. So I'm going to use and try to go in the order of the book. So I'm going to use this image for my first page, so to speak. It's not really the first page. This is my first page, but my first image of my American Girl miniature. I'm going to put her here. So what I didn't do was keep these very organized. So I just kind of see, like, roughly cut around them as I printed them off. I didn't want to have to keep stopping and printing. So I just kind of printed them off. I pulled out some old book pages that I'm thinking I might be able to use. Did I miss anybody else? I hope not. Is that her? No, I don't think that's not her. I should have left my book open. There she is. That's the one. So that's the gal. Now these are all the other gals that I printed. Now Mary scanned in some things from her book that she purchased, and this is one of her pages. And I thought this might be cool to use as a background somewhere too. So I might copy this and use this in a couple different places. But then I took my digital file from Amity Bloom and printed some of those out. Now this is also, I think, came from, from Mary's book, maybe. See, it says Brigham Young University. So I might try to incorporate that. But these are all little bits here from the digital that I printed off a couple days ago that I'm going to use in my book. Now, I was thinking I would like to stay in the pinks and mauvey kind of colors, but I don't really have a whole lot of that. So there's probably going to be some other colors that are going to drift into my work here. So I'm just going to dig in and get started. I mean, I really don't know how this is going to turn out, but I do know I'm going to have fun doing it. This is another book that I just thought this evening as I was waiting for 8:30 to arrive, that I might like to incorporate some of the images from this book into this project. So Packer Dye is a gal that used to be active in Dee Dee Willingham's stream back in Ustream days. I didn't really know Packer Dye back then. And she's come back on the scene, at least not too terribly long ago. And I think she goes by Diane Fago now, if I have that right. And her collaging is like incredible. I mean, she's really got an eye for it and very talented. And she was talking about this guy's book, Pierre Joseph. I don't know how to say that last name. So when she started to show the book, I really liked it. And I thought, I got to have that book. What I didn't realize is they're different sizes. She has the real big one. This is not real big, but the images are still beautiful. Let's see, mine is only, let's get the ruler going the right way, Laura. Let's see. Maybe 6 1/4 by 8 or 9, 6 by 9 probably. So yeah, I think I paid around $20 for this. But the images are gorgeous. They're all like book plates. So you can say I started to take it apart. Now the hard part for me, taking books like this apart, it's hard to see the stitches. And so some of these I think I will use actually as pages in a signature. But some of the others, I'm just going to cut them apart. And I thought I could cut some of these apart to decorate my pages in my American Girl miniature journal. So if anybody has trouble taking books like this apart, once you find where your stitches are, like a lot of times, if I go to get in with my little X-Acto knife, I cut my pages, and that just annoys me because I don't want them to cut them. I want to use them and have them not be, shredded. So I put on my reading glasses. Yeah, see, now here's where there's some stitches. You're not going to be able to see them real well, but I take my pokey tool. Hi, Messy. Okay, let me remember. Messy. Diane? I'm thinking Diane. Do I have it right? Is your name Diane? Welcome, welcome. I scoot my pokey tool under the stitch, and then I take my X-Acto and cut it. Now, usually there's 2 stitches, and sometimes you miss the one because they're so hard to see. But you want to try to get under there and get both of those stitches. I got it right. Okay, cool. And I just really kind of push down. Okay, all right, true confessions. I decided to take out my top teeth. I feel like I sound really funny, but I was really struggling there. So, au natural. Dina, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. So once you get all those loose, you can just take your page and give it a little tug. Now, see down here, it's not coming loose. That's because I missed one of those strings. That's hard to see. And you can pull it, but it's going to rip your page, you know? So, and then you'll be able to pull out so many, and then you'll hit a roadblock where they'll be glued. But they should just, pull out pretty easy. Look at that. See, I think this is where it's glued. Oh, nope, that's another one. These look like the colors that I want though. I might just pull this whole section. Yeah, this is a beautiful book. So I'm going to keep this section out and see how I might use it tonight. All right. So I think the first thing I need to do is gather up all my little bits here. I'm going to move this box where I'm storing this project so I can keep everything that I'm using together. Bound and determined to be a little more organized this year. Okay, no laughing in the balcony. All right, now I need to get the right glasses down to read chat. Okay. Now I need to find my little book. Here it is. All right, so I'm going to pull this and put this aside because I don't need that. And I really don't need my other pages. I'm just going to work on this page. And now I have to re-find my little girl. Oh, goodness. Where did she go? Now, of course, it didn't occur to me to not rip apart my digital. I was just thinking, oh, I'll save a little bit of time and get all that done ahead of time. Here she is. So let me just put this stuff to the left of me here. I've got a little room. Now, like I said, this is just composition paper from a composition book that didn't really cost a lot of money. It's just what I had on hand. And if you are interested in this project and you would like to be a member, you can ask Murray. She's here right now. She can answer your questions, or you can go to the themeriatelier channel, which the information is in my description box. And she does have a little video up there where she explains her memberships. Most of us know how they work. So, I mean, it's not rocket science, right? But this is the project that we're working on, and I really think it's going to be fun. So as you can see, I just kind of trimmed her out because I wanted my book to be smaller. Mine's not quite 5 by 7. It's maybe like 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. A little over 5 by 5, but that's what I decided to work with. So I want her on the page, but I also want some other things, of course. So I want some book page. So I'm just going to start ripping and tearing stuff, and I'm going to lay it out and see what I come up with. And hopefully use some of my digitals. This, I'm pretty sure this is one of the, hey, there's Shannon. Hi, Shannon. You did make it. How you doing, kid? I think this is one of the scans that Mary did. So, oh yeah, thanks, Mary. That's a good idea. Put it right in chat. Yeah. So now I want maybe something for a background. So I'm just pulling out things that I tore apart from the digital kit I purchased from Amity Bloom. And one thing that I haven't decided is if I'm going to take the time to ink all my edges. And I guess I can or I can't. I guess I can change my mind. Women are allowed to do that, right? Change their minds. Now, I did choose on my printer borderless, but it didn't print that way. I think I could probably, and I really do like the, trimming out and fussy cutting better than this jazz here. So I might do that too. Right? Now, on my first page, I decided to, oh, look, I covered it all up. I decided to do some stamping on the outside edge. And then, well, you can see a little bit here. And this, you can't really, that was like a second stamp. So that didn't show up real well. And then I've got some here. I could probably use some more up there. So I might stamp as well. Okay, wait a minute. Do I know how to do that? Lovely says, Lori, will you pin her? Oh, yeah. You mean Marius with her? Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, how do I do it? Let me see. If I go there, put user. No, that's not the right place. If I just click on it, is that how I do it? Wait a minute. Let me see. Oh, gosh, I can't get my mouse to go where I want it. The link you... Oh, it does it? Oh, that's stinky. I'll have to look at that when we're done and fix it. Hold on. Let me see if I can... I can't get my mouse to go where I want it to go. Hold on. I'll figure this out. Oh, goodness. There. Did I do it? Whew, that was a workout. Clicking words, not link. Okay. That looks, I think I did it. Woohoo! All right. Okay. So now let me get my little scissors. I hope I didn't miss anybody else coming in. Welcome to anybody and all who have come in. I'm going to just kind of take the time to just do a little more trimming here. No, not pinned. Oh, well, I guess I don't know how to pin it. I know Mary gets her like information at the top of her chat line, but I don't know how to do that. Of course, I'm in StreamYard. I'm not in YouTube. So if someone could explain to me how to do it from StreamYard. Yeah, I'm on StreamYard. Like, and this should be able to scroll. Like, I see you on my screen and your channel information, but usually it moves. It's not moving, so I don't know. I'll have to do better next time. Yeah, you don't use the StreamYard, yeah. And it's been a long time since I have streamed from. Actually, I had problems with StreamYard recently, which was really unusual. Um, and had to stream from YouTube, and I struggled. All right, this is not going to be cut out real great, but I think it's going to serve my purpose and look cute. Hey, Joyce, good evening. Thanks for coming in and joining us. I don't know how long Jacqueline's going to last because it's usually her bedtime. She's an early riser. All right, so this is the first lady in the book that those of us who are fibdiggity members at Mary's channel. I think Mary said she was at a sale, Rebecca Wills, and she spied this book and was able to get it, which is cool. The bad part about cutting stuff out like this is you lose all that really cool stuff. So that's how did you know about the book before you saw it at Rebecca's, Mary? I'm interested to know. I mean, some people like to read and they know about such things and books, and I am not a reader. The book is public domain. It's because it's so old. I should have gotten my feathers down. I could put real feathers on her hat, but I didn't do it. I didn't do it. No, she first saw it at Rebecca's. Well, we all benefited from it because now we know about it. I would have never known about it. Of course, American Girl dolls and stuff. I mean, I know about that. All right, that looks a little better, I think. So I can put that on. I think I want to put this on. And maybe I'll only use a portion of this. I have to get better at breaking things down and tearing things up. I have a hard time cutting things apart. I like to use them as a whole, which, you don't really have to do that. All right, this is just a little chipboard type board that I use to do some of my inking on it sometimes. Sometimes the paper's a little flimsy or for whatever reason, or if, oh, you do? Oh, thank you. I feel unsure. So, you're supposed to, when you ink things, come away from it and come in on it and blend so you get a nice inking and you don't get a real distinct line. Maybe you like a distinct line so you can do it the way you want, but this sometimes is a little easier for me. A little easier than, doing this jazz. Now, in my little needle nosed applicator here, I just have some golden matte medium, which I'm using as a glue. That usually works pretty well for me. Just scrunching this up a little bit. Now, the other thing I want to do is, hey, there's Dana. Hi, Dana. How are you? Nice to see you. Good evening. All right, so I'm going to grab, it's right here on my desk, this stamp that I like that's got some script on it. And I'm just going to put some of it on my paper as a background. So we're just building layers. We're building layers. I'm going to get my Stays On Midnight Blue out just because I like it. And because I knew where it was. And I'm not going to worry about stamping off somewhere first because if it doesn't get real dark, I'm okay with that too. I'm going to go all different directions. Some of this may not even show up when I'm done, but that's okay. Get up here a little bit. All right. My mouth is very sore, Dana. And I've pulled the plug for the evening, and so I feel like I sound a little funny, but I just couldn't take it. I feel, I said to Jacqueline earlier, I feel like such a wimp. All right, now I'm not ready to glue anything down yet because I want to see about placement and be able to change my mind. I like to be able to change my mind, girls. How about it, huh? So we'll get a little bit of book paper on here. Maybe I'll go like that. And about the edges of my little lady here. I didn't look at what all of the ladies in the book have, I guess, a name that Harrison Fisher, I had dental surgery, Shannon. Hey, Leah. Hi, good evening. I had six teeth removed, and my dentist made me 2 partial plates, which they put in right after the surgery. And so I've got a lot of sores in my mouth. This gal's called, it says Well Protected. The next gal is not. Oh no, not the next one. Wait a minute, there's one in between, I think. Oh no, I guess she's next. Naughty, naughty. But when I trimmed them out, a lot of them I didn't have the little. I cut the little name off. I was wondering if Jacqueline headed off to bed. So she is well protected. I guess because she's got her little pooch there. I don't know. I might put her there. And then I just tore out some of these little bits from my digital. Ah, you're on the waiting list. Yeah, I mean, the surgery was, not bad. The surgeon I went to was really good. My dentist is very pleased. He thinks my gums look great. Can't believe I just had the surgery on Friday. And part of it is, the healing process is getting the sores so they know where to adjust your plate. So, I mean, he's thrilled. Angela, hi. How are you? Oh, how nice to see you. Yeah, I think we're twins, Shannon. Because I have the crazy stuff going on in my ears too, like you have. Oh, that might look nice somewhere. Look at that little. I'm going to take this from the little flower book. So, oh, see, here's the pooey part. Got this beautiful rose on this side, and then these on this side. So I'm going to lose my rose. I think that might be a little too big. I don't know. I think I want that. Yeah, so if you're interested in joining in on a project like this and probably other projects that are similar, check out Murray's channel, the themeriatelier. This is what she's got us doing. She's got us all jazzed up and hyped about these American Girl miniatures. And she interviewed me last night. I was her first guinea pig. This paper is what does Pearl call it? Like when it's like silky and slick, like smooth. I don't know. Pearl called one of the books she was showing today in her sale. She called it something. I thought, oh, Pearl, that's so good. I wish I thought of that, but see, now I don't remember what she called it. It's not flat. It's kind of got, you know. I don't think I need this here. Now I want to get some fabric on here too. All right, now I pulled down a bunch of fabric. Where did I put my... All right, Shannon says she's going to be hosting Craft Along with friends. So she will be just started with our chunkies. Hitting up, or maybe heading up. I'm not sure what you're trying to say there. Really, Zena? My daughter had one, and she liked it okay, but we didn't get carried away. There's so much stuff you can get carried away. Like I have had a friend that they went to New York and everything, went to the American Girl store. I can't remember. We might have gone once. Um, Gosh, I don't even remember. Isn't that terrible? But our daughter wasn't really into it like a lot of girls get. My daughter rather, she liked the books. In fact, I have some of the books here that I purchased to have an idea for, making an American Girl journal from the books. I guess I could have used that as a base. Well, that would have been a good idea, huh? Oh, well. All right, let's see. That might be cool there. Let's get a little. Maybe I'll trim that a little bit. And let's see. I think maybe I'll do a little tab on the bottom of the page here with this lace. That might be good. And then hmm, I love hanging. I just, I love things that move and hanging little hanging parts. I think I need to get my feathers. I'm just feeling like I want a little feather there. Okay, Angie's home. She was at a basketball game. Now she can relax a little bit. All right, let's put that there. Let's see if I can get I want to get my feathers. I think I'm going to trim off this part of her hat. And I'm going to get a real feather. I'm going to get a real feather. All right, if you hear a big noise, it's because I have a box on top of my feathers. Oh, no, I got it. Okay. Let's see if I can find a little feather. Now, my glue gun is plugged in, so I might use that so it attaches very quickly. Oh, I love these feathers. Oh, that might be cool. I'm pulling out the better feathers. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. All right. I don't want that feather. That's yellow. I'm not sure I want yellow. This is a plum color, which I kind of like that. But I like these too. Hmm. See, the plum would kind of tie in with what else I got going on there. Maybe we'll do the plum. And then I'm going to do a tab. A little tab of Rooney. Okay. Stop fiddling around with the. Okay. Now, to remember where, I should take a picture, but I'm going to just go with, we don't even see that back there. Boop, boop. And if it ends up different, I'm going to be okay with it. So I'm going to start with my book page. I didn't even pay attention to what it says. I think I've had this moved over a little bit further than I did on the earlier setup, but I think I like it over a little bit. Coming over this way a little bit. All right, so now I have these little guys down here. Really, Mary? Thank you. I'm wanting it to maybe resemble or have the same feeling as, like, I would think the girls dressed up in their outfits would look the same kind of look. Okay, so I had that there. Oh, and then I want to put this here. This could be shorter, I think. So I'm going to trim a little bit of this off. And I do have my Fabri-Tac right here, which works very well for me. So I'm going to put a little dot of that at the top here. Boop. And then I was going to put this up here. Again, I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac. Oh, is Zena not well? You've been sick? Aw. I'm sorry to hear that, Zena. You've heard me talk about my bonus son several times. Well, he and his family, they live in England, and they just bought a home. And some friends convinced them to go to Thailand for a month while their home is being worked on. They needed some work done before they actually move in. So he's got 3 little girls, him and his wife, 3 little girls. So the oldest is 5. So we've got a 5-year-old, 3, and then the little one, like, I don't know, just a little over a year old. September, I think she was a year. Well, they're all sick. They're all in Thailand. They're all sick. I was talking to them yesterday. Oh my gosh, he's a blonde. His nose is all red. I mean, you can just see he doesn't feel good. It's all stuffy. Hi, Kathleen. He's all stuffy, feels terrible. All of the babies are it's terrible. They're in this beautiful place. They got a pool in the backyard. It's all this like jungle lush fauna and flora all around them, and they're all sick as dogs. I said, "Oh, honey, I hope it moves on out quickly for you." My daughter said, "Well, thank God they're there for a month. It's not like a week's vacation where you're sick the whole time you're there." I said, "Well, that's a good observation." All right, so I think I'm going to put my little tab on the bottom here. Let's use the Fabri-Tac doing that too. I have to have a, oh, really? Oh, that's Ange. Ange is having cataract surgery. I thought Zena, I was thinking Zena was too young for it. Sorry, Ange, you're getting to be an old babe. Old babe like the rest of us. All right, so I'm going to glue that. If that cooperates, let that dry a little bit there. And now maybe I'll do the feathers on her first. These feathers, I've had these out before. Not that anybody else will remember, but I was in a Goodwill and I saw this horrible, ugly wreath. It was only small, but it was all feathers, but it was these feathers. And I thought, oh, you know what? I don't like the wreath, but the feathers are fabulous. So I bought it, brought it home, and took it all apart. Teresa, hi. Okay, so let's see. I'll make a little cluster on this gal's hat. Oh, I love these feathers. This one's a little, this feather looks a little arthritic. I want them to really stick out far. All right, so I'm going to put a little hot glue here. I can put my feathers in. I think I need a little more glue, maybe. Come on, cooperate. Cooperation. Now it's a little different. I mean, we're all fibs, and Mary has done things with fibdiggity. I think I want this one over a little further, but this is a little different. Is that sticking? That's sticking pretty good. Okay. Now I'm going to open her up and bring my tab over this way. Created a little bubble here. Thanks, Ange. Now, don't forget when you use, your Fabri-Tac and you're gluing down fabric because it's porous, it comes through. So I don't want to mash this closed just in case. I don't want to glue it to my other page. So I think I'm going to put her on there. Right like that. Let's see if I can get her to stick down. So what Mary is doing is a different American Girl for the month. We were going to do birthdays, but we've got a lot of August birthdays in the membership. And so last night we're starting with January, and Mary looked for a volunteer to answer questions for January. So I volunteered. So this is my girl. Now she did have, oh, that sounds wonderful, Dana. She did have paper feathers, but I decided to cut those off and add a real feather. Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you. Maybe I'll put this. I don't want to cover up my flower. Well, that kind of looks okay there. Maybe I'll move that down a little bit. So, of course, I left my answers to the questions in the front room. I was writing and jotting things down in my idea book. What's it called? Society of I don't know. I can't keep these things straight. Society of Idea Collectors. But they were questions like your name, your channel name, favorite colors, favorite color combination, things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write out my answers on the opposite page. And hope I don't make any errors in spelling. Okay, now does she need anything else? Anybody have any suggestions? This is my first page. This is the author, Harrison Fisher, 1912, copyright 1912. And this is the publishing company, I guess, Charles Scribner's Sons. So she's going to nestle right in there. And now I'm going to put my answers to the questions over here. I'm thinking about writing them this way, just because I have the lines. I like writing on lines better. But I don't know. Might be a little hard to write on there because I did all this bumpy stuff. Bumpy. So I'm thinking somewhere I should probably put January right on here. Trying to think, what do I have? I must have a calendar. I know I have a calendar. Hold on. This guy sends me a calendar every year. Da, 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 da. Let's see if we can make this work. Where's mine? I feel like every time I stream or do something or make a video, I use something that I wasn't able to purchase by Kathy Berg or Colleen. And this ruler is one of them. It's so handy. No, I should have done that differently. All right, let's see. I don't know if I want to put, I don't think I want to put the 2025 on it. If I do, I don't want it that long. I'll think about that for 2 seconds and then decide. Get rid of that black line. Now, I don't know if I want to do January or just do Jan. Now, I'm going to ink it. Hey, Brenda, how are you? Nice to see you. Say. You're chilly or you're chilly? It's very cold here, too. I said to my husband earlier, are we getting more snow? I mean, just, some days just looks like snow. He's usually more up on the weather than I am, but he didn't know. He said earlier, I'm going to take the dog out and then I'm going to run to the gym. And I said, okay, but why don't you take the car? It's so cold out. He doesn't think I'm very funny. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? Or do I want it over here? What do you think, girls? Should I put the January here? Or should I put it over here? Yeah, Jacqueline said her son's school has been canceled. They have heat in the building. That just is just mind-boggling to me. When I was talking to my daughter earlier, she called to check on me, and she's a school teacher. Excuse me, I'm starting to yawn. And she said, "Yeah, but Mom, you have to consider that you like it under the lady." Yeah, I think I do too. Thanks, Mary. She said, remember, some kids walk to school and they don't have to be out long to get frostbite. Some kids get themselves off to school in the morning so they could leave without gloves or a scarf or their face covered. And she said some kids have to wait at the school bus. So she said that's why they're canceling school for some kids, especially in areas where it's really, in the minus. And I hadn't thought about that. It's so nice to have smart kids who can tell you what's what. I'm using my Fabri-Tac here because I want this to latch onto the fabric that I have for that little tab. So I'm going to go right like that. Now, I was thinking that these pages would get, would sturdy up as I work on them, but I forgot I'm going to be writing on the back side. Now, I could write on a different sheet of paper. I do have extras, and some of these didn't turn out so good. Like, see, this got torn, but I could write on this. I can make more and then just glue it down, but I don't know. I think that looks kind of cute. So now where are my other pages? I popped them here. So if you weren't here earlier, what I'm planning to do is use this Reader's Digest cover. This is going to get covered. This is a little nauseating to me. This looks like somebody dropped the Pepto-Bismol bottle to me. So that's going to get covered. And I'm planning to, at this point, cover the book with muslin and then use my printed out sheet of the original cover. This is the original cover. And somewhere here amongst all my goodies, I have it printed out. I just kind of threw everything over to the left there. I know she's in here. She's a bigger sheet of paper. I didn't cut her out. Oh, maybe I left her in the tub. Maybe I'll put her in the tub. Well, I've got a couple different ones. Yeah, grab this one so you can get the idea. I think the one I'm going to use is a little darker than this one. But I don't know where she got off to. I'll find her. So this will be covered in a muslin, I think. I'm going to go through my fabrics, but I think a muslin's going to work best. And then, like the original has this green. See, I kind of like that. So if I have some fabric that kind of mimics this, I think I'm going to put that around the spine. But then I'll trim this out, put this on, and cover the back, and then maybe do a few other things. We're going to bed? Yeah. Okay. Almost 10. All right, honey. So that's the plan. And then I'll cover the inside, probably make some pockets. And I don't know how many, I mean, we're going to probably do more than 12 months, I would think. So I was thinking in between the girls, I could really do something else. But I'm not 100% sold on that idea yet either. But I have my other little sections. I did 3 signatures, which I think, will fit okay in here. It's a little, maybe a little longer than what it needs to be, but I think this cover will work. Yeah. So that's it for me for this evening. I'm starting to feel a little pain starting to return, so it's time for me to go get some meds. You're already dreaming about spring flowers? Mary, you would be, I should send you a picture. My husband is the gardener here, and he purchased really nice large pots of geraniums, and he just didn't want to throw them out. So he sat and he got like, I think 100 cuttings, and he's got 5 shelves in our 1 bedroom, bought special lights, like fluorescent type lights. He only lost 3 cuttings out of at least 100, and they're blooming. He's got geraniums in there blooming, pink and red geraniums. He leaves the bright lights on for so many hours a day, and then it turns off, and it's just, they're doing so well. And so then he'll put them in big pots, come spring. But he's thrilled with the project. I mean, it's really, you just can't, I'll have to send you a picture. You won't believe how well they're growing. I'll do that tomorrow because he's just headed into bed. But I would have never thought to do anything like that. But see, I'm not a gardener, but he loves it. So, see, and this is so cute because my little feathers sticking out the top. I like things sticking out the top and out the side. So there you have it. So I'm going to go get some pain meds and then go get in my comfy chair, put my feet up and relax a little bit. So thanks for joining me. This is a really fun journey. And I appreciate Mary and her imagination and her creativity to even, I mean, I could see a book like this and say, oh, that's a cool book and I'd like to have it. But I don't think I would come up with the idea of building a project around it, So for any of the replayers, especially, check out Maria's channel. We'd love to have you come join us in this project. We're just getting started. It's an easy catch up, you just, this is public domain images that you can print out on your printer and then just take it from there. So I think when's our next meeting, Mary? Our next one is February 3rd, where we'll have a special meeting, just the fibdiggity community members. And if you join by then, we'd love to have you join us, and we won't be too far along yet to really, but you could just jump in anytime, really, right? It's a journal. You can make it February 3rd. There, she put it in. Okay, great. 7:30 Central on her channel. So if you have any questions, let us know. And thanks for coming in and joining me this evening. It was nice to see some of you. My gosh, I haven't seen Adele in a while, so it was great to see her. And Shannon, she made it in. That was great. And then all my regulars. Oh, it's so fun. So thanks, ladies. Thank you for your well wishes. And Lord willing, I will see you on Thursday morning at 10 o'clock Eastern. And if it's your first time to visit here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Zena, hope you're feeling better soon on the mend. I'm hoping Leah is doing well too. Teresa, I know there's been a few of us under the weather. And she has a question. Can I have Murray fabric? I have a question. Can I have Murray fabric? I don't understand the question, Ian. I'm sorry. Maybe Mary knows what you mean. Good night, Dana. All right, so I hope to see you all soon. Take care of yourselves. Stay warm. Don't be out in the bitter. If you've getting that bitter cold weather, don't be out in it. Bundle up, cover your face and skin. All right. All right, so I'm signing off. Have a good evening. Don't forget, take time to be creative. Enjoy the journey. Until next time. Bye-bye for now.